You should have left is here's the digital chip that came out, or the connection to a chip, a couple of pieces of wire, and then we've got the Carrera plugs here that come off. Now, what plugs are these ones?
This one here, Mark, is the main power red and black that comes in. That comes from your braids. This one here was the main motor one, and that's the purple and gray one. This one here, this smaller one, is the rear tail lights, and this square one was for the front lights.
Okay, so so everything's been soldered now.
So yeah, we've passed our technical difficulty there. We have our gray and our purple wire hooked up. Our purple wire goes to the red positive on the motor, and the gray wire goes to the negative on the motor. And again, on the Scalextrics, you can see a small red dot here.
Okay.
And that is the power on the motor. And some guys, a little hop up tip here, just to make your cars go faster. If you directly solder the purple wire to this soldered lead brass connection on the motor and the gray wire to this connection on the motor and eliminate that, you can get a little bit more power because there's a little less resistance loss, but you should really keep your suppressors in there to protect your electronics.
And that helps the lights being blown and stuff.
Yeah, that as well. But inside this chip, it's a beauty thing with Carrera. There is circuit protectors for the lights. So, you know, with normal wear and tear, these lights should last a lifetime with the car, and as well as the chip. They're pretty robust. So the final thing we're going to do here, Mark, is we're just going to tie some of these loose ends. And what I like to do is just actually hot glue everything down in here. It's a really quick and easy way, and if we ever have a problem, you can just peel it off. So what we're going to do right now is we're just going to put the chip into the hole that we got going on here. It slides right down in there, beautiful like that. Just take the hot glue gun. You can notice no wires are touching the front axle there, guys.
Yeah.
So we'll just take our hot glue gun, and I like to just put a little dab down here.
Just going down the sides.
Yeah, just like that. And we'll just run a little dab down the side here. This doesn't hurt the electronics or anything like that.
I know I use it also for when I chip cars.
It's a great little tool. You know, my wife is upset that I stole her nice $2.99 at the dollar store glue gun, but you know, it's a great thing for the hobby world. So a few seconds there, we'll just hold that, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do with routing these wires. We're just going to fold these down, and if you guys look, and if Mark will show you, there's a very small little guideway down here. And you want to get your wires right in here, guys, because the body sits right down in here, and you see my chip is just over a little bit too, and there's a little body line that's going to sit down here. So we want to get our wires right in there. So what we'll do is we'll pull these down into here like that, and our chip is dry, so we'll push these down into here like this, guys, and run these rear brake lines over the motor too, and we're going to get that down like that, and we'll just take a real quick hot glue like this, and we'll get that on there, take a little bit of spit and hold that down, and that should work good. We get these wires aren't too tight here. That's the main thing. You don't want tight wires, anything that's going to catch up in our drivetrain there. So that's down, and then just to clean this up, we'll fold this all over like this. We'll fold, this is our unused front lights. So if you have multiple lights or ground lighting, or I don't know, you could do very many things in this hobby world. Put lights inside the car. So what I like to do is I like to get all this down nice and flat in the chassis.
Because of course one of the things is with the cabins, some of them are quite deep, aren't they?
Yes. Beauty thing on the Charger is the cabins aren't as deep.
Okay.
As some cars.
I know when I've tried to chip fly cars, they seem to have really deep cabins, and it does cause problems.
Yes, and this is probably where we're going to stop with the hobby, because some hobbyist purists might not like what we're going to do, and we'll just show a demonstration of what we did with this chassis. This essentially is the same car here. This is the interior body of the red car, and this is the slight modification that I had to do to the green Charger here. And you can see that the driver's feet have been removed, and a small opening in the tunnelway here in the back. And that was all that was required, and that was for this car.
And it's a lot easier to use heat rather than file it out. Or cut it out.
I prefer using the heat of a old soldering iron is a really good tool to do that with. So
Buy a cheap soldering iron.
a cheap soldering iron.
Yeah.
So hopefully this video has helped everybody here. There's a good idea of what you can do when you got about 45 minutes.
Thanks, Sean.
You're welcome.